checking out the replay here. Gonna give it a few here before we get the ball rolling. Hope everybody had a good day today. I'm currently in the middle of nowhere in New Mexico with awful phone signal. So hopefully this live doesn't not too choppy because I'm using the hotel Wi-Fi and it's not very good. So we'll give it a few seconds, allow people to pop in. All right, well, I guess we'll get started. Some essential water with some chia seeds in it. Oh, yum. All right, we're a minute in. So, yeah, currently, if you've been tuning into the other lives, I'm currently on a sourcing trip around in a few states, and I just left Texas yesterday and went to El Paso today, hung out with some resellers there in El Paso today, some shopping. We went and had some grub, and then we parted ways after that, and then I drove a couple more hours into Mexico. So now I'm in the middle of nowhere, Mexico, and currently, yeah, at a hotel right now, chilling. Dang, 2 minutes in, not a single person. So guess maybe today's not the day. It is a little later than yo, what up, Jerry? How you doing, brother? Welcome, welcome, welcome. In my this hotel room doesn't have very good light, so I'm actually like by the sink, chilling because this is by far best lighting. The room around the corner there, it's kind of dim in there, so I didn't want to do the live in there. Hey, look at that, we got 3 viewers. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the live. Where's everybody from? How you doing tonight? Welcome, welcome, welcome. What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's doing good. Welcome to the live. Man, I got bit of bugs in Texas or something. Man, freaking mosquitoes. Bathroom live stream. Yes, that's right. Well, technically it's not the bathroom's right here, but I am by the hotel sink or whatever. So we are bathroom definitely. Welcome everybody. We got 3 people hanging out in here. Welcome to the live stream. Go ahead and please hit that like button for me, y'all. Help with the video, pump it up a little bit. Throw some likes on that. I appreciate it. And also feel free to ask any questions if y'all have any Amazon questions, Amazon related questions or anything like that. Ryan, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Cool, brother. Hey, brother, I saw that Facebook post you put up today. Congrats, man. It's coming along really good, brother. Proud of you, man. You're in life, man. You deserve it, brother. Every inch of success you got, man. Heck yeah. How's your Timbit, bro? I haven't had Timbits in years, honestly, bro. But you can send me some for my birthday, or you can hand deliver them to me. Hand deliver them to me. Feed them to me. I'll take those. I'll take that too. I'm currently, yeah, of course, brother. You're welcome. I'm currently in the middle of nowhere, New Mexico. There are McDonald's in this town, and I think and there was hotels. Yeah, I'm in like middle of nowhere, New Mexico. So I'm here for the night, and then I'm getting back on the road tomorrow, and then I'll be heading into Arizona tomorrow, and making my way down through Cali. I'm gonna shop a little bit, hit a few stores on the way home, and then back to Nevada, back to the crib. So yeah, it was a good trip. I'm super thankful that I took it, and everything went well, and I got to meet up with a lot of good resellers trip, a lot of younger sellers. Got to hang out with a bunch of good resellers on this trip, and I've been learning a ton from the generation of Amazon sellers. A lot of today I hung out with a few buddies. There, one was 18 and the other ones were in their 20s. Got to hang out with them, and we did some sourcing, hung out and had lunch and stuff like that. So that was really cool. And in Dallas, I got to hang out with some people too. So another young gun, Nathan, 21 years old, crushing the wholesale game and stuff like that. So it's been super eye-opening to hang out with the younger kids doing this and how they're crushing it, and just like coming with new ideas and new to source. And It's been super cool to be around that. Yo, what's up, Dustin, brother? How you doing, man? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I think I logged on too late today. I was freaking exhausted. Last night I stayed up super late. I was up till like morning, and I woke up at 6, and then I drove 5 hours um, to go out with some friends in Elko, and then I drove another few hours after that. So I was wrecked. I got to the hotel and passed out for a little bit. So I definitely started this way too late. So I guess I'll keep that for notes from that. Jumping on this late is a little probably too late past everybody's bedtime on the East Coast. So, but no, today was a great day. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Drove into El Paso today. Met up with my buddy Jose and Taylor. Met up with us real quick. They were actually flying out of El Paso today and heading back home to Utah. So they met us at Target, and we just hung out at the front entrance for like a half hour, talking shop, stuff like that. Took some pictures and traded war stories and stuff like that. And Taylor had to bounce to the airport, and then Brian came and met up with us, and we hit up Target and FYE GameStop today. And I didn't spend anything at Target. Everything we found, I let Jose keep, and we yeah, so it was pretty good. And then also we actually went into a GameStop while we were waiting for her to show up, and I actually found a lighting kit that retailed for 150. It was on clearance for like 71 bucks, and then there was additional 30% off on that, which brought the pre-tax total to $50.38. And I shop a lot at GameStop. I have a few 100,000, rewards points or whatever. And so I cashed in some of my points to get a $50 off reward. So I ended up getting that item for 41 cents after tax. And it sells for 180 on Amazon. And it clears like 146. So super awesome. That one I today paid for my hotel and my dinner. Well, actually no, and also too, we had this really bomb burger place in El Paso today called Track One, and it's a bunch of like old train cars that they turned into a restaurant. And we had wings and burgers and fries and stuff, and it was amazing. Like the wings, 10 out of 10, burger fries, 10 out of 10. Like absolutely just a life changer of a meal. And then we were going to pay, and we had an idea of doing credit card roulette. So we flipped all the cards up, and Brian had the whip pick, and Brian got picked. So Brian bought us lunch. So thanks, Brian. Appreciate the lunch. What's up, Dustin? Any good Funko find? No, no, I haven't found really any Funkos on this trip. I've been scanning, but I just haven't found anything that was worthwhile. And two, also like if it's really good ROI, I'll grab Funkos when I'm on my trips. But man, for the life of me, every time well, not every time, but I'd say a good portion of when I'm on trip by a Funko Pop, I find some way to damage it. When I'm moving around and driving and sorting and bringing inventory. It's I unfortunately I damage them more times than not. So I try to avoid them unless it's like a solid home run or a nice triple. So yeah, if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask. Amazon related, whatever. Yeah, let me we can do a little walkthrough here. Let me see, I'm gonna flip you around real quick, give you a quick hotel tour. So this home that I'm in only had 2 hotels. And one of the hotels, it was like 150 for the night, and then this one was like 80 for the night. And they both were like pretty much identical reviews, and one was a little bit better than the other one, so I'm like, I'm literally just gonna hang out here, do my YouTube live, relax, get a little computer work done and sleep. So I was like, I'm gonna go with the $80 and save $60 or what it was. So let's see here. I'm a collector. Boxing edition is important. Amen, brother. Amen. Dustin Doyle. Do you keep balances on credit cards for your businesses and pay interest fees, or do you always pay off balance? I would say the vast majority of the time I do pay off the balance. Not always. Sometimes I get a little stir crazy. I get a little crazy, and I get excited, and I'm buying stuff, and then it ends up not selling as fast as I thought when I get too excited. So I do pay interest sometimes. But I try to avoid that, definitely. It's not something I want to be in the habit of. But yeah, a quick little tour here. Got the yeah, it's my little ghetto little YouTube setup over there. Yeah, it's super dim in here. Yeah, nothing crazy. Just I took a nap already when I got here, threw my phone and like passed out when I got here. So yeah, it's super dim in here. It's simple. I mean, literally, I'm just here to sleep. It's this room. This it was $80 for the night, and then the other place was like 140, 150 or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna take this for $80 and save my money. Yo, what up, Nick? Will you ever MFN again? Yes, I think I will one day. If I can find products, like if say I could find like 100 Legos of the same Lego set, like I would MFN something. If it's the same thing and it's a bunch and it's just a rinse and repeat kind of thing, I totally would. Especially if it's low risk, low return, low hassle, like an item that has the least likelihood of causing me issues. Yeah, I'll share with everybody else too. I don't say I don't hate MFN like doing merchant fulfill. I'm just not a big fan of it for my business model. I don't really like it that much. And there's been two times, where I've gone against my gut and like had issues where it's like it affects your order effect rate and it gets over 1%, and then it's like your account's at risk of being deactivated or whatever. So well, I don't like doing MF for that reason, but I met up with the Nick guys on my cross country trip from New Jersey, Nevada 2 years ago, and we met up. I think, gosh, what in Ohio? I think Ohio, probably Ohio. I think we're all in Cincinnati area, give or take, somewhere in that vicinity. And he was on a source too. At the time, I think he was doing pools and stuff, crushing it, freaking insane amount of pools. And I was moving, so I was just shopping and meeting up with sellers along the way. And we went to a Meyer in Ohio, and there was like, I don't even remember. It was it like 80, 70 units of the chloroform. My gosh, the chlorine tablets, and there was a ton of them, and I was like, crap. Like I don't know if I don't want to FBA them. It's a lot of hassle. I don't even remember if we could have, but we probably could have. Ended up merchant fulfilling them. They all sold like overnight or over the next day and a half, and shipped them all out. And of course, since those were high risk item, there were inflated prices selling for three times of what we're paying for them. You're bound to get complaints, bound to get returns. People not looking at the description, like buying a 5 pound thing of chlorine tablets, thinking they're getting a 50 pound thing, and then getting mad at me. And I had multiple complaints, multiple returns, and multiple people just like yell at me and threaten me. And I gave one lady a refund just because she was rude. I was friendly, just like I'm happy to accept a return. She was just being rude. So I ended up just letting, just like, what, keep the item. Here's your money back. And then she left me a bad review, of course, and someone else left the bad one, I think, too. And then like it got my order defect rate exactly where I didn't want it to be. And then you get in that situation is, do you just leave it? You scramble around to go find some items that you can break it on then and merchant fulfill more. So it's for myself personally. I have a lot of friends that crush MFN, merchant fulfill, and I've had that type of scenario happen 2 times, which has left a sour taste in my mouth. So I haven't really done it, but if I would do it in the future if I could get hundreds of this item, that are low risk and low chances of returns and problems and stuff. What up, Cody, brother, my man? Yeah, when I'm done with YouTube Live, brother, I will actually send over that. I'll figure out how to send over that video. Hey, y'all, go ahead and sub my buddy Cody in here, guys. He puts up some bomb YouTube videos on just various different subjects of traveling, living out of his vehicle and nature and sorts of crazy fun stuff. And go ahead and give this boy a subscribe, a follow. Me and him actually, I helped him with a part of a video last night. What was the title of the video again, Cody? I can't look at my story because I can't look at it while I'm on the YouTube Live. But I was up with him kind of late last night. We did like an hour video last night, and then he'll probably take bits and pieces of it and put it into his video. Nicholas Kirk told me he got one. Wait, have you heard of people getting Voorhees left? Yes, bro. He called me yesterday or the other day, and we talked about it. That's crazy. Yeah. Have you guys heard that like has been sending some sellers? So it's like that's pretty crazy. Let's see, Nicholas jump Cincinnati. Okay, that's right, Dayton. Yeah, that was fun, man. That was definitely fun, man. Hopefully we cross paths again, one day for sure. Clover stayed away from it. Could have been a repeat of the. Oh yeah, totally, Jerry. I only did it that one time. Night at the flipping team. I heard Penrod left a bad taste. Wow. Oh no, I know Cody. Yeah, no, I know. I was just wanted to tell him, give him a little heads up about it, what it's going to be called. If you don't mind talking to our Sharon, you do. You don't have to. It's all good, brother. Damn, nice. We had 11 people. If y'all could, please, I would love if you guys could go ahead and hit that like button. We got 11 people in here, and we got 3 likes. So I would appreciate it if show a little bit of love. Hit that like button. Okay, fucking leave. 2 people left are like, screw you. I'm not hitting the button. Thank you. Somebody hit the like button. Appreciate that. Oh, yum. Got my big bottle of water, chia seeds in it. Oh, that's what I drink during the day. Because I usually fast during the day. But since I was with friends today, we went and had Bob lunch at this place called Track One in El Paso, Texas. Um, it's like it's a restaurant that's in like an old trolley car, and like the old trolley thing is like all tents and stuff like that. It's a really good, really cool restaurant, really cool setup, really cool vibe, and the food was phenomenal. If you guys have already seen, if you see on my Instagram story and on my Facebook story, I took a picture of the wings we had and the burger and fries, and both of them, hands down, 10 out of 10, like amazing wings. And they even had really good ranch too, because sometimes like you can have like good wings, and if it's bad ranch, it just doesn't hit right. But everything was good, and we played credit card roulette today. Me, Brian, our boys, we played credit card roulette to see who was going to pay, and we put cards in Brian's hat and had the waitress pick the credit card in. Thankfully, I won. I didn't lose today. Brian bought us lunch, so thank you, Brian. Yo, what up, Side Hustle Experiment? What's up, brother? How you doing, man? Thank you for popping in, showing the love. I appreciate you guys if you hit the like button while you're here. Got 10 people in here. We got 6 likes. I appreciate some love over there. Chug chug, Jamison. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got to stay hydrated. Okay, yeah. So yeah, guys. Boy Cody last night. I helped him with the video, and the title of the video is called "The Power of Being Alone and How Solitude Can Change Your Life." And we talk about different situations and things in our lives where we were going through like lonely patches or being alone, because we both have done solo travel, and we talk about the loneliness of being alone, and like the good that can come out of it, and the growth that come out of spending time alone, and like growing in that. And we dropped some pretty good nuggets in the video we did last night, but it probably won't be up for a while yet. We recorded it through my Zoom last night. I sent it to him, and he's got to edit it, and so it'll probably be a little bit before it's ready. But definitely some good nuggets in there if you're ever experiencing loneliness and going through stuff like that. We kind of just go over different things where we talk about stories and situations where we were feeling that way, and like what we did to get out of it, and how we healed and grew from that and stuff. So it's gonna be, yeah, it's a good gem, definitely. Damn, straight vodka. Yeah, I got vodka and chia seeds here. So yeah, it's been a really good trip, super successful. I had fun in El Paso today. Got to meet up with four or five of my different friends today, and see them quick for a few hours. Had some food. We shopped at Target. We hit an FYE and a GameStop. Um, I actually found a home run. I turned it into a home run, but we were at GameStop and looking at some of the clearance stuff there, and I found a light set on clearance, and like the retail was like 140, 150, and it was on clearance for $71, and then the clearance was 30% off, which brought the items total pre-tax to like $50 and like 38 cents. and I shop at GameStop a lot, so I had cashed in some of my points at GameStop, and I used a $50 reward on that item, which brought it down to 38 cents, and then after tax, it brought it to 41 cents. Sells for like 180 and clears like 146 after fees. So paid for my gas in my hotel today, so that was super awesome for one item. Barbara, what's up? How are you doing? You're doing good. Pablo, Big Pimps, Jamie, what's up, brother? How you doing? Welcome, Barbara. Welcome, Pablo. Hope you guys are doing good tonight. Since you guys are just popping in, I appreciate some love. If you guys go ahead and hit that like button. Let me see real quick. I'm gonna see if I can do some quick. I don't know how to do that. Let's see. Oops. All right, I think I fixed it. Those GameStop clearance items were, yes, they were, Jerry. They're only 30% off additional now, so everything there was nothing good except that one item. And the funny thing is that I went up to go pay for it. I'm like, you guys see if you have any more of these in back or any more in stock? And they checked and they're like, and then I was like, hey, can you check if there's any stores in the area that have it? And they checked like freaking in a huge radius. Right now, this is this was it. Nobody else has any in stock. So, so definitely not. I'm gonna chase. But that would have been cool because I would definitely go after that and chase it. Even if it was the $50, I would still go after that because it cleared 1.6. So yeah, if any of y'all got any questions, let me know. Happy to answer anything Amazon related, travel related, retail arbitrage questions. Appreciate the love, guys. Thank you guys for hanging. Sorry if I'm a little Debbie Downer today. I'm exhausted today. I was like fighting to even come and do this tonight. I was like laying in bed watching TikTok. I was watching. I don't know why. I love to watch TikToks of like people in slot machines. That's like my thing. I watch people gamble slot machines on TikTok, and then they hit bonuses. I'm like cheering them on, and then like when they lose, just like, see, Jamison, why you don't gamble. Like, so they're like, you're losing vicariously through them. So I was just like super tired today and wasn't feeling it. I was like, you know what, I gotta keep this momentum going, and do it. You gotta do things you don't want to do, and have the discipline to make things happen, because I'm not motivated to do stuff every day. A lot of days I just don't feel like doing anything, but discipline will keep pushing me and keep allowing me to keep pushing forward and keep doing my thing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's Jerry. Sanders mayonnaise on Switch was also hard to find. Yes. Yes. Dang, I actually forgot about them, Jerry. Freaking. Yeah, dang. Yeah, I forgot about that one. I would have checked that one there. Probably wouldn't have been there, but still, I mean, it's a grand slam if you do come across one. So, sweet, how y'all doing? What is everybody working this week in your Amazon business, and what y'all got going on in the world? Anybody have any questions? Amazon related, travel related? Yeah, so I'm in the middle of nowhere, New Mexico. This town literally had a kitchen, a liquor store, McDonald's, and like two hotels, and then a grocery store, small grocery store. So yeah, I'm like in the middle of nowhere. And then tomorrow, I'll be heading towards Arizona, California, and then circling back to Nevada when I'm all done. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got going on in the world. Finishing up a successful trip. I don't even know what day of the week is it. Is it Monday or Tuesday? I don't know. I've been on the road for like a week now. Got a few days left, and then I'll be back home to take care of some wholesale stuff. Gonna be growing the wholesale side of things. Working on that. Moving that. Oh, my head is shiny today. Maybe it's just the lighting. Dang, I think it's about to cause me to go blind. Pablo, hey Justin, what's your end game for reselling? Are you going to keep compounding with resale? Or plan on putting that money into real estate or something else? It's a good question, Pablo. I'm still trying to figure that out. I've spent years just kind of coasting with Amazon and not, doing anything else, or not trying anything else, or, investing in other things. And, I definitely should have. But you know what? I live in the past. I'm going to keep moving forward and definitely working on things. I'm still in the early. There's a lot of things that I want to do. I definitely want to make. This lives things is just kind of to get, oh, sorry, just kind of get me used to just the habit of posting more content types, more posts, more stories, more videos, and just kind of like getting in the habit of doing that. I really want to start doing videos. You know, I'm still deciding which direction I want to take my channel. And I want to put a lot of effort into growing a YouTube channel. I definitely, I'm super passionate about just, you know, sharing my journey and like, kind of bringing y'all virtually in a sense. And I have fun doing that. Even this, like, I don't know, I think 13 people in here live is freaking phenomenal. Like that is that 13 people click to watch, whether you stay for 1 minute or 20 minutes. Like, I think that's absolutely beautiful, you know? And well, fine. I guess there's 11 people. I guess I'm still thankful though. But I want to grow this for sure. I definitely doing this and pumping it on, you know, in the works of trying to figure out if I can help get a VA to help do some editing, help me, make clips and help with videos and stuff like that. Um, and then also too, got a couple other, Amazon, one or two other Amazon related things I'm working on. Not sure if proceed with them, but kind of like testing the waters and stuff, and maybe do something else Amazon related that, like for a search or something like that. We'll see though. But definitely trying to expand my horizons and try to do different things. So it's not just Amazon. There's other options and other revenue streams. So yeah, that's a great question. Definitely, man. Bubba Newshound. Wow, This is this is better than an Elvis sighting. What's up, Bubba? How you doing? That was funny for that comment. Let's see. Glad I was way away from the Allentown, PA part. Yo. What's your real name? Just because since it's your like YouTube handle, I don't know who you are on, but obviously we know each other outside of this. Because man, I'm trying to think. Allentown. I've known a few over the days that lived in Allentown. Is that? I don't remember. John. Oh, brother. Okay, I was like, who is that? Um, yeah, brother. Oh, damn, I was in? Did I go to? I drove through Allentown here earlier this year. I don't stop though. I don't remember. No, I think I might have drove through. I think I definitely shopped in Hershey. Blah, 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 blah. Definitely shopped in Hershey and in Harrisburg this year. On the trip. 5,000 in games last night. I wasn't there. Dude, E to A. What's up, Brian Gonzalez? How you doing, man? Do you do eBay to Amazon? Um, Not more. The funny thing is, I actually used to do that like, 7, 8 years ago when I started doing Amazon. Like, I had a couple items I'd sold on Amazon and they sold, and I'm like, one day I was like, oh, let me check eBay, and it's like I flipped different things from eBay back in the day. Um, I don't do that now. Mainly, I mainly do retail arbitrage, wholesale, and stuff like that. Just to keep the risk down as far as having proper invoices and stuff like that. Um, this is a little bit riskier, but one thing I do miss doing that because the ROI was fun, and I always had fun hunting on, going through everything, when people would have like, and like back when I did it, 7, 8 years ago, there was no competition. And honestly, I probably was sitting on a really big opportunity back then because, nobody was really doing that. And I definitely wish I would have done it more back then because I had a lot of fun doing it. It was fun, to order stuff. It was like, do you have a favorite discount travel site for booking hotels? Um, Honestly, man, I'm horrible with the whole hotel thing. I definitely have slacked over the last couple of years. This year, using Expedia, I mean, I'm like, they have like different levels for like if you book like five like hotels or something like or 25 nights at hotels, you get up to like their gold level and you get like some discounts and stuff. And then some at like nicer hotels in like city, you get like you can get like food or like bottles of wine and stuff like that. Being a gold member, so I do that. And then also too. One thing I do like about the Expedia thing is that I try to stay at Hilton hotels when and the price is fair because I can double dip that way. I get points through Expedia because I get rewards and cash back on Expedia. Then also I can Hilton rewards thing and get points through Hilton on that. So that's why I was doing that in the beginning. So I'm trying to build up my Hilton thing. I mean, I don't have a lot on Hilton. I just signed up for it, and so I only like the silver level with like I don't even know like 30 points, which is probably like I don't even know 8 to 10 nights or something like that. Nothing crazy. But I definitely want to do that because I travel so much and I've slacked and not really done anything with the hotels thing and like leveling different rewards and stuff like that. Jerry, years ago, scored a couple hundred shovelware DC games on eBay. $5 flip. Nice. I remember that, bro. Brian Dallas, do you RA full time? Where can I learn? I've done books full time, but it's getting harder. I did wholesale, but not a fan of slims and high overhead. All right, let's see what's so do you, yeah, so I switched my game up. I am full time on Amazon. This year I've done a lot of RA. I've been on a lot of sourcing trips. I've done, gosh, I think I've been on the road this year 120 days, give or take. Like I've been on the road like almost the whole year. I think I've probably spent maybe under 3 weeks, 2 weeks at home this year. So I've been a lot of retail arbitrage, and also taking that time, taking advantage of that time to like while I'm traveling, meeting up with other sellers and stuff like that. And I love doing that because I can learn and like grow in my business and see how other people operate their businesses and stuff like that. So it's super fun doing that. Where can I learn? I'm happy to answer questions that I can here. And I definitely am gonna. I just started jumping back into the whole, posting this kind of stuff. So right now, I'm just gonna stick with the lives and try to do those, 6, 7 nights a week and answer questions, hang out, and help you in any way that I can. If you have questions and stuff. So I've done books full time, but it's getting harder. That's what I hear. Yeah, I along my travels too. I'm hanging out with booksellers and stuff like that. And I went to the Scout IQ event last year, bookseller convention, or not convention, bookseller event. I was grateful I was actually able to speak at that event and got out with a ton of like really big booksellers and stuff like that, which was super cool. And I've, the chatter there was like, there was some different challenges that people were facing in the book thing. I'm not really sure much about side of Amazon. Definitely did hear that there were people having issues with certain things. Yeah, wholesale is tough. Like, it's definitely a different learning curve for sure. And it does, it does. Sometimes you do have to, if they have high MOQs and you gotta pay, thousands of dollars of like one SKU for certain places and certain vendors and stuff like that. So it can be tough. I'm trying to learn wholesale game. I actually was for a couple of days, and I got to hang out with a 21-year-old, one of my buddies that I met and I had an event last year, and he's doing 3 mil a year doing wholesale. He's 21. Like they have it nailed down to a T with how they do it, and it's just like wow. Like it was so like impressive to like see how they're doing so much volume in wholesale. The kid's only 21 years old, and he's absolutely doing it. So I do some wholesale. It's more along the lines of closeouts and stuff like that. Toys, like it's kind of like the end of the line on toys, and they're discontinued, and you really can't get them anymore. Uh, but I do RA just to kind of just turn and burn fast flips to try to keep paying the bills and quick cap and stuff. Thrift and flip, you sell in Walmart. Also, if not, why? Um, I do not sell in Walmart, and why? I mean, to give it an honest answer, I'm lazy. Uh, there's no excuse. I just never signed up, and there's no reason I haven't. Definitely should be no reason I don't. And everybody else that is able to should sign up on Walmart too. Like it's an extra platform that all of us could take advantage of. Because the funny thing is that I sign up for Walmart because I'm lazy. And I've actually like had Amazon listings get taken down on Amazon, and I've sold my inventory to Walmart sellers that were going to flip on Walmart because they're even profitable on Walmart. So at the time I was just like, oh, at least I can get over get my cash back, and I actually can make a couple a unit on these, and they're gonna, they'll probably go and crush it on Walmart. But that could have been me if I wasn't being lazy and not signing up. So yeah. Let's see. What's up with you not there? Are you talking about wholesale volume? Oh, I was just wondering. Don't go so hard on yourself. Thanks for that. Yeah, of course. Hey, I just, just being honest. Yep. No, definitely. I definitely do. I just get so focused on doing Amazon and, kind of put things aside. Some, things get pushed to the side sometimes. So, yeah, definitely. So yeah, yes. If anybody has any other questions or anything like that, happy to answer anything. Amazon related, travel related, related, all that. I've shopped in 44 states around the country. I've shopped at over 6,000 retail stores in the United States. I've sourced RA in 3 different countries outside the U.S. That is. Um, United to Philippines. When's the next trip? Good question. Next month. I'm gonna take a. I mean, it won't be a long one. Couple weeks maybe. I'm gonna be. So I'm actually speaking at an event in Kansas City, June 4th, 16th. Crazy Flippin' Mom. It's her event. She's putting it on, and they invited me to speak and be on the panel. Discontinued toys, retail arbitrage kind of thing. So I'm super excited to do that. I love, the opportunity of being able to speak my story and, you know, like the great Tony Robbins says, the secret to living is give. So I love, being able to do that. And I will make that a sourcing trip, and we'll shop my way there, stay there, hang out for a few days, and then I'll shop my way back home in June. What was the card rotation for purchases? Like what cards do I use or what cards do I have? Or if that's the question, I don't have amazing cards. And I've had trouble getting, I really want like the Amex Platinum card and the Chase Ink card, or the two cards that I really want to get that for some reason they just deny me. So in my rotation, my best cards are, I'm not, these are the best ones out there. These are just the best ones that I have, because these probably suck compared to some cards. My best card is probably the Spark card. 2% cash back, which is pretty solid. So that's probably my number one card. It's the card I use every day, that I use the most, just to rack up that 2% cash back. And then so my next card after that, I would say my best card would be the Plum. I do love taking advantage of that 60 days interest free, or no interest. I love that. For sometimes that actually works sometimes on some wholesale stuff, and then some like little longer sell through RA stuff. So I do like my Plum card for that 60-day. And then after that, those are the two main cards I use, and I'll only use another card if those two are, the point maxed out or anything like that. Let's see, what else do I have? I mean, I use my Wells Fargo one. It's not amazing. It's 1.5% cash. Um, and so I'll use that one if the other two are not good. And then I have my Chase Sapphire, which is 1% cash back. Not amazing, but those are like the best cards I have in my rotation. And yeah, so I really do want the chasing, but I just freaking Chase hates me, honestly. My Chase Sapphire card was my very, very first like credit card with like legitimate, like, oh my gosh, 1% cash back. Like when I got it, I was so excited. It took me years building my credit to get that card. And I got that card at the same time I'd signed up for like 6 or 7 other cards. I got a few of them. And then, Chase has that 524 thing. And so I let 2 years go by, and I paid my bill off every time, didn't pay interest on it. Well, I did have the zero APR with it for like the first year or something like that. But the second year I paid it every month, never missed a payment. And like a limit on that card was like 15,000. And after 2 years, I tried a new Chase card, denied. After, I'd wait some time, try again, and it took them like 5 years before they raised the credit limit to 22,000, but they still pay me for all new cards. So I have no idea why Chase hates me. So yeah, that's my rotation. Not one that I'm super proud of, but I'll take 2% cash back in the Spark anytime I can get it. Do a reseller meetup road trip. That would be amazing, honestly. Definitely. I definitely want to do something reseller related. I don't know why to do it. Like I have a gigantic, I think very, very, very big network and, good relationships with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of resellers around the United States. I mean, I can go to almost any, major city or even some small towns and know from like 1 to 20 resellers that live there. And the funny thing is, and half the time, none of them know each other. So I was trying to figure out if there was something I could build or create to help connect people, you know, because there's so many resellers out there, and a lot of and I'm sure if you guys can relate, a lot of resellers I feel generally fall on that more introvert side, where they're not super like social butterflies, and not out meeting people, may not be super outgoing, so like they're not meeting friends and start doing this on their own, and it's like for like a year I can't think of nothing, but I want to find that's something I can create to help connect people with the huge network that I have, but I don't know what to do with that because I definitely, like help people level up, and if more people could connect with more people, I think more people would win. You know, um, so the platinum is there. Then again, I don't know how to flip those points. Probably biased. Yeah. So Pablo, the funny thing is that why I want that card is I have. He's not in tonight, um, but my buddy, he's like a master to flipping points, like doing everything, like getting this point from this card, putting it to this, which gets this, and it gives you a bonus, but then you get the cash back. You get like a certain percentage of the points back. Like he's a genius when it comes to that stuff. And so I want to get that card and I want to learn from him. He does his points and stuff like that because he takes like super extravagant, like amazing trip. Freaking sits first class. He gets to fly the plane and shit. Like I want to do those things. Let's see. Brian Gonzalez, do you do OA as well or prefer RA for ROI? I do both. So I do more RA as of late than OA. I'm more, I don't say passionate, like I enjoy RA more. I get more excited. Obviously, RA can be more grind. You're out there doing the work, and it's not always rewarding, and it's not always super consistent. Sometimes you can score really big, go to 10 stores and not find much of anything and score, so it's like it's a different ball game, but I enjoy RA more. It gets me more excited and I work harder at it. So I like RA for that aspect because I like, putting in work. I love hunting for deals and stuff like that. And the OA, I do enjoy it, to a point, but I don't get that excitement from OA. I'm always grateful for the opportunity to do OA. But while I'm on this trip, I've done OA. I have a lot of keep alerts set up stuff like that. So if like I get a good keep alert, I'll do a little bit of OA for that. Or if like the Amazon flip comes up, I might do a little bit of OA for that. While I'm, for my phone and stuff while I'm out and about, doing RA and stuff. Um, but I'm not the greatest at OA. It's like OA fluctuates a lot. Like I could do really good 1 week, and then the next 3 weeks, it's like I don't find anything. Because I do a lot of manual OA. I don't do like the tactical arbitrage because I'm not the best with type of software technology stuff. I'm good at that kind of stuff. Um, let's see. No 0%, just plum. Let's see. Well, I do have a couple 0%ers that I actually just signed for, but they didn't give me the best limits. I got some Wells Fargo card and I literally only signed a different Wells Fargo card. I only signed up for it because zero APR for like, it was either 15 or 18 months. So I was like, ooh, that's, anytime I can get zero APR, let's take it. I think they gave me like a 10K limit on that one. And then I signed up for a Discover and I literally, again, only signed up. It was nothing good. I only signed up for it because it was like, again, another like 1 year, zero APR. It's like, there were like really no like good points or anything, like any good advantages to have. But I was like, yeah, I'll take a 12-month APR. And then I got approved for that card like a month ago, 2 months. Visa card or something. Again, not a good card. I just did it because it was zero APR, and I think that might have been around another 4 or 5K. So not amazing ones, but anytime you can get 0% interest credit cards, I mean, I'll take that. I'll take those interest free loans any day of the week. So that's about it. I think I'm definitely gonna cool it. I'm trying out for cars. Gonna pay down my debts, even some of my zero APRs. I'm gonna work on paying down because my credit has taken a big hit. It's gone down because I've got so many open credit lines and zero APRs that are open that I filled up. But I do a lot of wholesale stuff on my zero APRs. It's like I can float that cash for a year, like go buy a wholesale deal, big wholesale deal, then I can just float that cash, do minimum payments and stuff like that. So I want to paying down some of that debt. And then next year, maybe try to go after another credit card. I really want the Chasing card. I don't know why. I think I more so just wanted Chase denies me for everything, so I just wanted Chase card, and that seems to be the best one that I had Chase offers. But Moose Hound. So what's a couple of the key things or habits to help with just keep plugging away? Good days, bad days. Um, yeah, man. So oh my gosh, I'm freaking stuttering over here. Two things I would recommend is, and this is something that I deal with too, is that, and I see in the Facebook groups, I saw some other people dealing with too. Like we're kind of like in that transition part of the year where like Q1, Q2 is over. It's like not school starting yet. It's not really summer. It's not Q4. Like right in that transition where things slow down for everybody, or not, but things can slow down for a lot of sellers. And so this is like that point where it's like you got to keep plugging and pushing through. And a buddy of mine was dealing with this, and he was like, he was a little discouraged because he was out shopping and stuff like that, and he's not finding stuff, And I was like, everybody goes through that. This is a slower time of year, and I was like, you keep plugging along, keep grinding it out. It's gonna stop. This is gonna come to an end, and we're gonna come to season, and new things are gonna come out, and more opportunity is gonna present itself to all of us. Or since things slow, you could stop and start focusing on things in your business you need to learn, different processes, learning different stores, learning different categories, taking time to research things, and, leveling up your knowledge in the business. Well, it's slow while you have that time if you're not doing good at not finding stuff. And then also, too, another big one, man, is just use the word networking, because I feel like when I'm not saying people, but me, oh, I feel like to me, I'm being selfish because it's like I'm networking. It's like, what can I get out of it? Networking is like when I mean relationship building. I'm trying to make sense. And if business comes out of that, great, that's a bonus. But if not, I'm just trying to make friends with other sellers. And I would highly recommend getting some good sellers in your corner. Get some good sellers that hold you accountable. Get good sellers in your friends. Get good sellers in your circle. Sorry, I'm a friggin' stutterer today. That will help hold you accountable. And so, and also too, a big one is that like I know what I've noticed, with some sellers is that they don't either may not know a lot of Amazon sellers, or like their significant other like may not do Amazon. So like if you have a big win one day at Walmart, you find like 100 Lego sets for like $50 sets for $20. You come home, you're all excited. It's like you don't have anyone to share that win with, and so nice to have a nice, group of Amazon sellers that you can share a win with. And then it's also too nice to have a group of sellers to share your losses with, so that way they can provide some outside insight onto what you're going through, and maybe they can help you get through it and help you learn areas on, different categories, different things, OA, RA, wholesale. So that way you can all help each other and you can all grow together. Yeah, so it helps. Let's see. Let me scroll down here. What do we got here? Garrison, dog, what's up, brother? Welcome to the party. Jerry, Amazon seller tender. Yes, how did you know? That's the amount in bed I'm coming up with. Bubba, thanks, man. Hey, no, yeah, of course, brother. You're welcome. Yeah, and feel free to keep asking questions, guys. I may not always have the right answer. I'm not an Amazon expert. I'm just sharing like what I would do, and sometimes I choose the wrong thing. So I definitely will never try to like purposely give anybody advice, but I'll just share like what I would do in the situation. And sometimes I make mistakes and I make I make choices, but I'm always like learning from my choice, learning and growing and moving forward, and like trying to minimize my mistakes and stuff. So definitely don't want to come off like I think I know everything or anything like that, because I don't know crap about Amazon. I do my best. There's some areas that I'm good at Amazon. There's areas I suck really bad. So I'm happy to answer any questions, and this is I like this with you guys, and I love being able to hang out with you guys, and it's honestly I get more enjoyment out of this than like, because if I wasn't doing this, like I'm really lazy here tonight and I don't feel like doing any computer work. I'm probably gonna go on TikTok and watch people gamble on TikTok. Like I'm done doing this honestly, and just chill. See, sorry for all the no, Brian, bro, keep asking. No, I hope I'm helping you. Hope I'm giving some decent advice, but feel free to ask it, man. Have no problem answering questions, and I love to help people and stuff like that. Let's see, Brian Gonzalez, how much money do you need to spend to get paid a decent salary? Let's say I want to make 4K profit a month for myself. Good question. Oof, gosh, I haven't had to answer that question in a long time. I haven't even had to think of that in a long time. If anybody in the comments help with that question, definitely please do, because I'm not the best at computing with that. So let me see here. So I guess I would say, I mean, it depends on what I'm doing. Like for my ROI, like my ROI is a little bit higher because I tend to go with more rare stuff. So like I can go spend, I would say on average, like my ROI is probably 50% ROI. So, if I go out and spend, $1,000 in a day, I can, pre-tax and, pre-expenses make $500. But obviously, being on the road, well, not obviously, but being on the road, it's expensive. Like, thankfully I got this $80 hotel tonight, so it's bucks. But sometimes being on the road is $400 a day, because you're eating. I've been fasting a lot, minimizing my spending on eating, but eating, gas, hotels. Sometimes hotels can be $180 a night. Sometimes you can get lucky and they're 120. So sometimes it can cost $300 to $400 a day. So, but anyway, back to the question. So, I mean, for myself, if I were in that situation, okay, if I spent 10 grand, on RA on my good RA stuff, and obviously every RA fluctuates, and if I were to do OA, I'd spend more. I would honestly say probably. Please don't quote me on this. Be like, oh, you're an idiot, because I'm not really good at these types of questions. I'd probably say you'd probably have to, what would you need to spend at least probably 20K, 4K, what, 20, yeah, would probably just push it to 15 to 20K a month. That way you kind of everything, and depending on what softwares you have, if you have inventory lab, repricers and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, if you could, continue, spend 4 or 5K a week, I think you could have no problem clearing, 4K a month. Again, it kind of depends on what you're sourcing and ROI and stuff like that. If you have good connection, opportunity for sourcing in your area. And sometimes, like if I'm at home doing RA, it really fluctuates. Sometimes it's tougher. It's easy to do decent ROI on the road because I'm in the city or a town for a day. I shop what I need and I get out and go to the next city. Obviously, if I were to go back to the city I just left from, do as good. Or if I lived in one of those particular cities, I couldn't continually source that stuff because a lot of the stuff that I source like this, you're sourcing it one time and you can never go back to that store again because they're never going to get that because it's a new item. So like my business model is like it's a one and done. I got that store once and it may be good in another year, you know. Continually go back to it. So I hope it helps. Like I said, I'm sorry, I'm real bad with those types of questions. Um, let's see here. Garrett's Drag, you ever had any issues sending in stuff for RIO with certain stores? Yes, I have. Obviously, like certain, like, it's funny. Sometimes I have issues sending in Target receipts. Sometimes I don't. Like sometimes they'll Target thing because, like, the Target thing, usually will have a decent title, at least thing. Sometimes they don't. So like, it depends on the Amazon, customer service rep, like if they can connect the dots. And I try to do my best in my POA to explain to them, like, here's the ASIN. And then like if the Target item I bought in store, if there's an online listing for it, I'll even copy URL and put that in my POA and say, here, look, this is the item in question. And if you look on the Target page, you go down to the details part, it'll actually have the UP, which you can use that UPC to bring it back to the Amazon page. And so when I do that, I have a better chance at getting the thing removed because sometimes when I just send a receipt in, they deny instantly. Oh yeah, I try to find a way that I can do that to help back up my case to say like, hey, see the full circle of the receipt to the Target site, back to the Amazon page. Here you go. This is the item in question. And usually if you can figure out a way to do that, you're more than likely to get the claim removed. But sometimes you have all that. Sometimes it's funny. You could get it done in one try. Sometimes it could take 5, 10 tries. So it really varies, depends on the person you get. So I've heard some people say it even depends on what time of day you send it in. Like some people are like, oh, send it in, try different times, weekdays or weekends. And so that could, maybe help. I don't know. Um, so let's see, I'm trying any other stores. Some stores are really easy. Like Walmart receipts are always very easy because Walmart generally, for the most part, will have the UPC right on it, or a receipt that has a digit missing. I forget. It's been a while since I had a claim from an item at Walmart, so I haven't had to send them. But 4 items. But to do that, the Walmart ones were always on the easier side to get removed. What else? This is really easy. Kohl's puts the UPC on there, so that really helps. If you can get a decent, if the store puts a decent title, and then you definitely have the best shot at getting it removed. But it's harder, like if a store uses a title, and it's like, say you have, I don't know, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figure, and the receipt for the store is like figure. It doesn't say Ninja Turtles. It doesn't say UPC. And then like there's a store queue. Like those are the one. Like if you come across anything like that, those can be very tough in getting them removed. Appreciate that night. Let's see here, Jerry. Calculation of a 15% margin, 30 to 35% ROI should somewhat equal necessary spend amount. True. I think it's something us resellers do. We find a unique niche that's working. We're more likely to keep it, which is understandable, but festers that introvertness. Yeah. So definitely, yeah. So like I share a little bit of what I do with a close couple, like very close, tight knit friends, that we can all share and all. So, but yeah, sometimes if you do find like a really good niche and a different way to think, it's probably better to like give it too much because like that can spread. You tell them to spread like wildfire, and the next thing you know, it's you can't do that anymore or whatever. So there's definitely nothing wrong with like keeping a few things to keeping some self, but also too like there's things that like I'll like um, I have a few friends that live around the country, and like we'll all share with each other because we know we won't be in each other's backyard shopping. You know, um, like we'll share with each other. We're like, okay, yo, go out and get. All right, go and get this. Yo, I just found this at blah blah blah. Here, this is out for this price or on clearance for this price on marked clearance. Go out and grab these, and we'll like, we'll all be in our different states grabbing stuff, and we're sending in our group chat. We're sending pictures and everything, and we're all hyping each other. And then it's a like friendly competition. Oh, how much did you spend? How much did you? Oh, well, I spent this much. Well, I spent, like we're kind of just like gassing each other up, like trying to like, humbly friendly to like who spent the most, kind of like rub it, in each other's faces. But we do that like with love, and it's just a fun, friendly competition, to motivate us. But, find good people, post, get involved in Facebook groups. There's a lot of free ones there. There are some paid ones out there too. Get into the Instagram community. There's a lot of resellers on Instagram that I connect, and try to provide value to them in any way that you can. Even if it's not Amazon related, you could probably help Amazon seller in a different area, something that you may be good at, and go into like building relationship into like how can you help people. Like don't go into them thinking like what can I get, what do I want, like go into because like I've had some sellers come to me and just like start they'll just like keep going, take, and it's kind of like, whoa, like chill, you haven't even bought me a drink yet. So when I meet friends and stuff, I try to go into that situation like how can I leave them better, how can I help them. And then you do that enough times, people are going to see it and notice it, and they're like, wow, that's a good dude, that's a good person. Like, okay, here, let's help each other out. um Thanks, Jamison. Of course, Brian. Definitely do deal a lot with IP claims. I get a handful a year. Um, I'm very 1 second here. I'm freaking talking like a freaking the Flash. I gotta. Oh, sorry. We get a handful a year. Um, you know, and I do deal with every single one. I would say 99% of the time I'm able to get it removed. Sometimes it's a little trickier than others, and one in a blue moon, I it just doesn't. I can't get rid of it, and um, which one generally won't always be bad. But I do try to stay on top of them. If I get one, it's like I'm working on it. I'm working on DOA. I have a lawyer group on retainer or whatever. I pay them a monthly fee. So if I get claims that I can't remove, or if I have questions, I can out to them and help me and guide me on what to do sometimes. But generally, I've been, on Amazon for 8, 9 years now. I've gotten so many claims, and from building relationships with other sellers, you kind of learn like the best way to create a POA that will get it, get the listing fixed, or get the claim removed off your account. So, just doing so many over the years, you kind of get a rough idea what works and what doesn't. So the thing is, I'm not a very pro writer. Like when I do my POAs, I'm not like super duper proper, but like I know what Amazon really wants, and I'm to the point, and I may not even like spell, like I'm not very like grammarly sometimes, but like I get to the point, I know what Amazon needs, and I'm going to give it to them, and just about time they'll remove it. So it's just kind of like trial and error to figure out what Amazon work, what they want, stuff like that. And if any of you guys ever get an IP complaint in question, feel free to message me on Instagram or Facebook, and I can kind of help give you a little guidance. And then also too, another thing is that like I avoid a good amount of IP complaints because I stick to certain brands that I sell. I try, as a general rule of thumb, I mean, this isn't like a set in stone rule. I try to stay away from, like, I sell mostly toys and board games and video games. I try to stay away from, like, the smaller to medium toy brands and board game brands. Because more times than not, generally those are the brands that'll hit you. I try to stick with brands I'm not familiar with. Like I'll stick with the well-known toy brands that have been in the game for 100 years. Like those guys generally aren't gonna come messing with you. Sometimes they do, but for the most part, they're generally on the safer side. Um, so yeah, a lot of different factors, but I try, I stick mostly to toys and video games and board games. So that stuff is generally on the safer side. Um, so I kind of just stick to the stuff that I know that's working. Let's see, appreciate that. Let's see, Garrison Drag. Disney cars beat me up a bit a few years ago. Got it removed though. Oh wow, did you? Oh, was it a customer complaint, or was it from actually Disney or a lawyer or anything like that? Because I know, sometimes brands will come after you. They'll hire law firms or lawyers to hit listing or hit certain seller claims. So sometimes you'll have to deal with, you know, lawyers and stuff like that. Like, if say a company wants to do, inauthentic without test buy, which is a big one. I don't know if any of you guys have got any of those. Those can get tricky to remove. Um, they're on this at the same time, they're kind of silly because it's like in the title, in the description, inauthentic without test buy. But there should be enough to be like, hey, like, what had this? You didn't even prove it was fake, you know? Um, and one thing that I've noticed being Amazon, I would say the vast majority of the time, if you do get an IP complaint or inauthentic from a brand or a lawyer, law firm, and stuff like that, like the vet, 9 times out of 10, they won't reply to you. Like I'll always send them a message, just just to go through the motion, but I know they're not replying. Like I've been doing this many years, and I've probably had maybe three or two law firms, reply back and be like, okay, we'll remove them. And I've had another two, three reply and say, go F yourself. Some of them have been in a friendly way, F yourself. I've even had be extremely rude and say, go, not say, literally go F yourself, but basically get away from us. And then at that point, I'll go to Amazon, you know, and, usually with a decent POA, everything they need, within a few tries, you can get them removed. And then if not, I'll go to the lawyers and, say like, hey, can you reach out to this brand? Can you give them a call? Can you send them an email? And, so that works sometimes. So you go through the motion. Sometimes you put a lot of effort into getting rid of one, but, definitely think it's important to get rid of them and just keep the account clean and keep things, flowing good. Definitely. I think it was just customer. Oh, okay. Yeah, and with Amazon, growing and moving forward so much, the customer ones, like where are at like now, 2023, like the customer ones I found to be the easiest ones to remove. Like years ago, they were tough. 'Cause I remember like 5 years ago, like I used to get customer X. I could for the life of me could just never get them removed, and it was just like a pain in the butt. And I don't think the customer ones hold much weight. They definitely gotten easier to remove, and I feel they don't have as much effect on our account. I guess prefer to call those customer complaints is more like on the soft side of complaints. Harder one, the hard claim would be more along the brands and the lawyers and the law firms that give you things, inauthentic test buys, intellectual property ones, maybe too, even. Those are on the harder side, and those ones could have more effect on the account if those rack up and stack up. You could run into some problems, for sure. Yeah, if anybody has questions, keep them running. They have to be Amazon related, but they can, whatever. I've been in the country, 44 states. I've shopped in 6,000 stores. Ate a lot of food. My favorite hobby is eating. We could talk about food. If you need any recommendations, you going on a trip this year. If you need recommendations on things to do, all that, because when I'm traveling, I love going out and doing fun stuff. Um, so I do, my passion is food for sure. Where's my chapstick? Um, let's see. Jerry, our toy guy customer complaint on a Funko and Amazon threatening to block off all. Wow, that is crazy. But then again, he had manufactured test by. Yeah, wow, that's insane. Well, just remember it being brutal. I think because it was and they locked my account. Wow. Yeah, the first complaints, it's like that one that always hits you mentally the hardest, and then two, it's like, you know, yeah, I remember my first complaint, and I freaked out the first time I got a complaint on Amazon, and I don't think I ever got it removed, or if I did, it was like excruciating work and effort that removed. Oh wow, we got 15 people in here. Freaking amazing. Yeah, if you guys want to do me a favor, go ahead and show me some love. Hit the like button. We got 15 viewers. We only got 8 likes, so 7 of you are slacking. If you're not already, I'd appreciate some love. If you guys want to go ahead and subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, appreciate it. If you guys go hit that notification bell. That way you get notified every time I post something on YouTube. If I go post a video or whatever, definitely appreciate that, y'all. Here, what states have you not been to? So I need to mark off Oregon, Washington, Montana, and Idaho, which those are, once I get there, those will be the easiest since the four are right there. I need those, and then Alaska and Hawaii. So I definitely need to get four because I've lived on the West Coast now for years, and I freaking have. The funny thing is, I live on the West Coast now, and I haven't been up there. But I've driven to New York and Chicago and Florida like 4 times in the last 2 years. So it's like I live on the West Coast, but I have no problem driving to the East Coast. But I can't drive like 8 hours north to go hit these states. But I really want to go to Oregon and Montana, Idaho. I want to go to I think there's in Oregon there's one Blockbuster store left. I really want to go just for nostalgia reasons and just kind of like check it out. I definitely want to do that when I go to Oregon, go to Blockbuster for sure. Um, how have there been for you lately? That was my go-to when I was deep into RA. Yeah, I have only hit a couple Myers this year. I do live on the West Coast now, so I don't get to go to Meyer very often. But when I do try to Midwest, Ohio, Indiana, in all those Michigan areas, stuff like that, I will hit Myers. I miss Meyer because back when I lived on the East Coast, or I do a lot of road trips, I would always Meyer. I remember, when I used to do Meyer really hard 6 years ago, I'd go and crush, like they would carry really old, rare video games, a lot of Guitar Hero stuff, the drum set, Rock Band, yeah, Rock Band. Um, and stuff like that. But I'll hit the trips, and okay, sometimes I'll find, sometimes I won't. But I used to love Meyer back in the day. And that was one of my favorite stores. It's like a super nice Target and Walmart like had a baby, and they just made it 10 times better. Like it's like Myers are like the nicest stores compared to like Targets and Walmarts. I love them. They're one of my favorite for sure. Uh, Favorite random hole in the wall town? Oh, good question. Man, I whew, uh I don't know if I can name off the top of my head, but let's see. I could name a few that I've enjoyed. Let's see. I like. I mean, I don't know if you guys were here for the live the other night, or was it last night or the night before, where I was talking about Branson, Missouri, the scary hotel that we went with. Um, I like Branson in the daytime. Branson at nighttime, that's another story. But I like Branson in the daytime. I've gone there a couple times, during the day, and it's a beautiful town. It's like got that small town feel. Remember we went there and we used to like get coffee and walk around the town and take pictures and like went to a flea market and stuff, and that type of stuff is super cool to me. I also like Roswell, New Mexico too. Like I like the whole like alien thing in town and just like the alien mailboxes and street lights and the McDonald's, and I like Roswell. Uh, New Mexico too. Really cool, like small town. What else do we have? Also to Calumet, Michigan. That's in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan. Beautiful, small little town. What else? I'm trying to think of some other good small towns. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but those are definitely a few that I've really enjoyed. Oh my gosh, this room is so stuffy. All right, my chia seed water's all gone. Yum. Capso. All right. Yeah. Anybody have any other questions? Wow, we pulled in 70 minutes. Oh man, thank you guys. Thank you for the likes. We got 11 viewers and 11 likes. Thank you guys for the love. I appreciate that, guys. Oh yeah. Probably gonna take it easy tonight. I'm exhausted mentally, physically. I've been driving a lot, and I only stopped I did that YouTube live last night for almost 2 hours, and then I jumped that. And then me and my buddy did a YouTube video for like another hour, his channel. And then by the time I got done, it was like, and then I ordered McDonald's Uber Eats last night. That was my only meal. I fasted all day yesterday for the most part, and just drank juice and water. And then so I grubbed on McChicken and cheeseburger and French fries last night, and then ended up passing up 2. And then I woke up at like 6. Man, I had the fucking dumbest, the dumbest scary dream last night. And I had this dream. I was like hanging out with friends. I don't even know who they were. I couldn't remember, but it was just a group of friends. And I remember there was a bee flying around us, and it kept flying around me, getting close to me. And I remember in my dream, I'm like swatting at it, and it's getting angry and like flying and liking me, but not stinging me. And in my dream, I'm extremely scared, and I'm running from it, and it like got me. And then I woke up at like 6 in the morning, and I was like terrified, like the stupidest dream ever. But I couldn't fall asleep after that, so I like went to bed at 2, and then I woke up at like 6 in the morning and couldn't fall back asleep. So I'm like, crap. All right, let's shower, let's go some coffee, grab some juice, and then 4.5, 5 hour drive to El Paso. So yeah, I'm exhausted today, because a bee stung me in my dream. Dang, Lisa, brother, how you doing, man? Oh, I know, man. Just because this hotel room is extremely stuffy, I gotta put the air on. It's like super duper stuffy in this room. I'm sweating my butt off. Let's see here, Bubba. Wondering if you've caught any store closing sales or anything like that. Yeah, a little. I've done a little bit of that. One second. Let me How do we turn on this air? Oh, there we go. All right, I'm turning on this air conditioner from 1972. I'm gonna give you guys a little hotel. So yeah, this town that I'm in, like the smallest town in the freaking planet. Not really, but kind of. Like there's one McDonald's here. There's one gas station, a liquor store, a little mini grocery store, and 2 hotels here. And both hotel options. One was like 150 a night, and then this one that I picked was like $80 a night, $82 or 81 or something like that. And I was just like, ugh. I mean, the 140, 150 one was a little bit nicer, but I was like, ugh, do I want a little bit nice, like a little bit for an extra 50, $60? I was like, nah, I'm gonna go the cheaper route tonight. Really just going there to sleep and chill. It's really dim, and that's why I'm actually doing my live over by the bathroom. But here in the West Wing 8, we got this fancy Gucci Versace table here with the frickin' green crisp Martha Stewart, suede here. Got a couple love stains there. We got the queen bed, 2 double queen beds, the luggage, one where I rest my head. That got a trash can over here. Look at that. We got a case of White Claw. I only had one. Look at that. We got the Samsung TV from 2049. Look at that microwave. You can heat up your White Claws if you want to. It's got my bed, but it's super dim in here. Got orange walls. We got one light, extremely dark. And then over here while I'm doing my YouTube live. Bathroom, and then just here where I'm doing my video. Got my journal, doing some journaling, and now just chilling back here. Yeah, so it's the light way better over here. Oh my gosh, I already can breathe way better now since the AC is on. Well, let's see. Oh, I forgot where we were with the questions. Let's see. What say Jerry say? Scream as loud as you can. Help it. Wow. Dangly. Favorite self-improvement programs, etc. Oh, great question, Dongly. Let's see. I have a lot of things that have helped me grow in self-development. Oh man, that's a great question, brother. I would say things that have helped me level up in life. There's a lot of books that have helped. Also, we'll start with the books because the books are the cheaper route as far as improving yourself. I started off very similar to a lot of other people. If you're into self-development, reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, 4 Hour Work Week, that kind of opened the door to that. And then I used to watch a lot of motivational speakers when I started. Like when I started, I didn't even know what self-development was when I got into self-development, like into that thing of growth, stuff like that. I really got into, really connected to people like Les Brown and Eric Thomas early on. When I got into that, like I really related to some of their stories and the things they've been through, and like just Les Brown story, I resonated with it like so much, like just like those were like stepping stones for me, like of leveling up. And then slowly I started getting into like Tony Robbins and stuff like that. And well, actually, funny thing is, my first self-development thing I ever attended to, I was on the first sourcing trips back in 2015, 14, 15. Yeah, probably 14 or 15. I had driven from Minnesota to Iowa, Nebraska, and I did a circle, and I was circling heading to Minnesota going home. And I had just gotten an email that Eric Thomas was doing one last show in Los Angeles. And I pulled over on the side of the highway, extended my rental, booked it. It was like $150 for a ticket. And I freaking turned around and I drove all the way to Los Angeles. Well, I sourced my way to Los Angeles, and I went to go see Eric Thomas live, and that was awesome. And that was like that opened the door to self development and growth. So I'm grateful for those guys. Those guys made me watch those guys on YouTube for free, and you can get a lot of good free content if you're into growth and stuff like that, and all that type of stuff. But which ultimately, wow, ultimately, sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my voice today. Got me to Tony Robbins. I've attended 3 Tony Robbins events. I actually am going to be attending a Tony Robbins event in Dallas in November, which Tony Robbins events have really helped me grow a lot, like, and just really changed my life. And I'm attending a thing, it's called UPW, Unleash the Power Within, and they do tons of different things. It's a 4-day thing, basically from like 6, 7 in the morning to 1, 2 in the morning every day. And like the first day, you like the theme there's a theme basically each day. And then the first night you actually walk on hot coals, like they start them on fire, and then you walk on it to help, like, with your limiting beliefs. And you dive into like your top 3 like limiting beliefs, like beliefs that are holding you back from leveling up in life, or maybe like a childhood trauma that you're still dealing with that's helped not allowing you to grow or like move forward in like your personal life, your business, your relationship with your children, or your parents, or whoever it may be. And then as you go forward, they on another one of the days, they do a thing called, oh man, I think it's called the Dickinson's effect, or I think something like that. And basically, those 3 limiting beliefs, they turn down all the lights in the stadium, and you're literally for like 2 hours in the dark, and they're going over these limiting beliefs, and he's like screaming at the top of his lungs, and everyone's like screaming, and it's like very like very mentally, he gets deep into your brain, and like you can hear people are screaming at the top of their lungs and crying, and it's like very, very eerie. But like he like helps you like get past your limiting beliefs, and like really like allows you to grow. And my first Tony Robbins event that I went to, I went to my very first one in San Jose in 2018, and I was a miserable human being then, absolutely depressed, unhappy, in a toxic relationship. I hated myself. I hated the person I was. I had to drag myself out of bed, many days of the week, or I didn't want to, I just was not, I was numb. I was just unhappy with everything in my life. And I went to the event in San Jose, And I go to this event and everybody's, happy and joyful and high-fiving and hugging and like, and I went to this event and I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, there is no freaking way these people are this happy. Like, these motherfuckers are on drugs or something. Like, where did you get them and hook me up? No, I'm kidding. But like, the people were so happy there. And I was actually like, it made me angry because I'm like, how are people this happy? I'm miserable. And I went to the event and it was extremely draining the first time because you're spending 14, 16 hours in the stadium, and like I didn't have the stamina for that. I didn't have the mental capacity to deal with that, and I was fat. I was 240 pounds, and I was overweight and unhealthy and unhappy, and all I did was stuff myself with fast food, make chickens every single day, morning, noon, and night. And I was just a blob of just unhappiness. And I left the event and I was still unhappy. I continued on that path and I was still miserable, just jerk. I was mean to people. I wasn't happy. Didn't treat my people very good, and I was still in the toxic relationship. And I knew something had to change. And I was like, you know what, something's got to change. So I felt convicted. And this was winter of 2018. No, I'm sorry, not winter. This was spring, sorry. But the Tony Robbins was coming to New Jersey 2018 in like October. And I'm like, you know what? I felt convicted to go again. I bought the ticket and I was like, this time I'm going to be ready. I started to work out, eat a little better, drink a little more water, kind of mentally slowly prepare myself for the event and kind of like build up the stamina, the mental toughness to be able to deal with it. And I went to the event and I went for the most part, I went almost every day from open, start to finish. Some days I went a little bit later because it is still very exhausting and tough to deal with, to go through all that. But I went through it. I did my best to participate in all the activities and all the different growth exercises, all the exercises that you have to do. And I went through it and I did it, and I really I did my limiting beliefs. And maybe I'll share them with you guys one day. I have them written down in my notes, and a couple of them, like I have no problem sharing. Like one of my, I mean, I don't have these limiting beliefs anymore. I've done the mental work to get over them, and I've crushed them and destroyed them beliefs, and I don't have those anymore. And maybe I will share it one day, because some of them are kind of twisted. Like I've seen really, really, really dark things. Like my limiting beliefs, I saw one of the most horrific things a human being could see. I've never, I don't really, I've never really shared this with anybody. But maybe I'll share them one day. Is of just like being able to grow over and like be out and open with things. But anyways, back to the thing, we did the Dickinson thing at second at Tony Robbins. This was at the Prudential Center in New Jersey, and we did the Dickinson thing, and I'm screaming, chanting, just releasing this and doing this to like get these limiting beliefs. It was, I don't have it written down. I'm kind of paraphrasing what I can remember, but it had to do because I used to, I don't know, for those of you that don't know, I was a drug addict before, and I've been to rehab 4 times, and we could dive deeper into that in another life. But that was a huge limiting belief for me. That basically was that I wasn't good enough to succeed. I wasn't good to do anything because I did so much bad to people. I did so much bad to myself. I did so much bad things to my loved ones. And that was like a huge like mental roadblock for me that I spent years trying to get over, because like as I was growing my Amazon business, like I would grow and grow, and then I would fall back. It was like I would self-sabotage myself every single time I got ahead a little bit. Sabotage. I would find some way to screw it up. And it was me like mentally holding myself back because I felt I wasn't good enough because of all the drugs and all the bad things that went along with living a lifestyle, doing drugs and doing silly, dumb things. But anyways, we did the Dickinson's thing, and then after the event was over, sharing a Airbnb with my buddy Steve. We parted ways. He went back home to Connecticut, and I was on a sourcing. Funny thing is that I sourced to the Tony Robbins event, and then after this event, Q4 was about to hit. So I was like, I'm just gonna stay on the road, and I shot Q4 from the road. And I was in New Jersey. I went to go visit my buddy Sean up in New York, and stayed with him. Like a couple days after the Tony Robbins event, it's like all those limiting beliefs, all that negative things, all the childhood traumas, like just like hit me like a ton of bricks, and like this switch just went off. And I was hanging out with Sean, and I think we were like shipping or hanging out in his basement, and like this hit me. I was just like, I made up my mind. I'm just like, I'm done. Like, I'm done. And I told Sean, like, I think I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna go work out. And I just wanted to be alone, because I was just like, after that whole Dickinson's process. Yeah, Dickens process is what it's called. Sorry, I'd forgot the name of it. It's like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. Just I was just so miserable. Um, Gone through, a total toxic breakup in the relationship that I was in. Had to go to court, had to get a restraining order, had to deal with a bunch of stuff. Police got involved a couple of times, multiple times. The police got involved, and that's again another story for live. Won't dive too much into that, but it was just being a man and some of those types of situations, you kind of just like get blamed for stupid things, and it was tough. But I ended up having to get a restraining order, and I had the proof to get the restraining order, and very, very strenuously mentally to deal with that. It was tough. But anyway, I'd left my friend Sean's house, and I just like was mentally done with life. I didn't want to live anymore. I just couldn't deal with being alive. I was just so unhappy, and so I was at the point where I was so miserable that it was just like a feeling of nothingness, like emptiness, weightless, emotionless, just nothing, like just blank space, blank color, blank everything. And it was just like I drove to the gym, and like I was walking on the treadmill in the gym, and I think there was a couple other people there, and like I'm like, just bawling my eyes out on the treadmill. Like, and I mean, I don't know if anyone saw me, because like I had just tears flying down my face, and I was, no one said anything. And then I was just like there, and I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I started Googling, like, I don't know. It's funny. I've told this story like 100 times, but it's still like I'm reliving it in my head. So it kind of still like pulls up. But one second. It's just crazy, because like where I am now and where I was in 2018 is like completely different person. But anyway, sorry, I'm just gonna speed through that real quick. But anyways, I started Googling, painless ways to kill myself, because I didn't want to deal with the pain. I didn't want to hurt, go through a painful death, but I didn't want to live anymore. And I was Googling, and I just like Googled some stuff, and it was like, I didn't find, I just came across a thing where it said like, George Washington Bridge is like a super popular, I don't say, sorry, bad, it's a bad word for it. It's a place that quite a few people, I guess, have jumped off, and ended their life. And I was like, all right, that's, what I do. That's what I'll do, I guess. And so I got into my car, and I'm just bawling my eyes out. And I started to drive there, and the whole time I'm bawling my eyes out. And I drive to the bridge, and like I just drove over the bridge, slow, looking over, down. It's dark out and stuff, and you see some of the lights and the reflection of the water. And it's like I went across the bridge. I'm just like, it like came to like the sense of like, it wasn't that I wanted to die. It was like I didn't want to hurt and feel pain and feel numbness anymore. And I was like, there has to be a better way. There's got to be something different that can. And yeah, I'm sorry, I kind of totally went on a tangent there, but this kind of comes back to the whole question that Dong Lee answered, like anything you can recommend in supplement or stuff like this will actually circle back to the things that I did to become a healthier and happy person. And some of the things I will recommend is like, if you're struggling or dealing with anything like that this can help you do those, help you level up too. So, whew, yeah, I was just reliving that as we're going. So I ended up driving across the bridge, and I got into contact with my old coach that I was working with, that I actually stopped working with because I was paying him, but I wasn't doing the work. I wasn't like working hard on myself, 'cause I was just so miserable. And I took a break from him for a while, because it was like, there's no point in paying this guy if I'm not gonna do the work. It's like I would do the calls, but he would challenge me, hold me accountable, and he would like give me challenges to do to grow, and I wouldn't do them. And I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna take a break. And I ended up hitting back up, and I told him like, man, I need I can't do this anymore. Tell me what I do. And I rehired him. I committed to him for 3 months, paid him up front for 3 months. He was like, this is what we're gonna do. And I'll just kind of quickly get, so basically after that whole thing, I slowly made my way back to Minnesota where I was living. I was living in the house that I shared with the ex. She was gone already, long gone. But I came back to the home where all just all the negative, toxic things happened, and it was very miserable being there alone and challenge myself. And he was like, sell everything and leave. Like, what is the point of having this couch? What is the point of having these coffee cups? What is the point of having all this stuff that you had that you bought together? That's none of this stuff has good memories. None of this has any good connection. Think of all the things that happened, here. What's good about this house? You're just killing yourself mentally staying in this house. It's like, get rid of everything, sell it all. And I was kind of researching different places where I want to move, and like, I was kind of set, like I had like Dallas and Austin on my heart, and like New York and New Jersey, and I even like considered moving to Ohio because I at that time I loved the Meyer stores. So Ohio was on my list, and then even Allentown, Pennsylvania was also on my list too. And I ultimately ended up settling on New Jersey. I moved to Jersey, and in that transition of moving from Minnesota, I kept hitting myself with limiting beliefs. Like, oh man, if I move out, I'm going to break my lease. My coach was like, so what? Break it. They're going to charge me a month's rent, fee. I don't, figure out a way to get the money for it. Break it. Stop holding yourself back. You need to break free from this, and you need to move forward. And I would find all these different ways to say like, oh, this can't be done. No, it can be done. Suck it up, figure out a way. It was like $1,800 to break my lease, like legally break it, or it wouldn't be on a record. It wasn't bad. And so I, got the money together, sourced, did all my thing, got the money together. It freaking sucked having to pay it, but I was like, he's right, I got to get out of here. So I pretty much listed for the most part, anything that I could. I listed on Craigslist extremely cheap, basically where it was like selling within an hour or 2 hours of being listed. People would come up, pick it up. I started donating stuff to Goodwill. I was throwing stuff in the trash that just wasn't worth doing either. I pretty much got rid of everything. I got rid of all my clothes. I got rid of everything. And the funny thing is, I don't know if you guys remember, little side note here, if you guys remember the Wii balance boards we used to flip on from Goodwills and stuff. For some reason, I had like 20 of those left over in my Minnesota house in my garage. And I tried to donate them to Goodwill, and they wouldn't take them. I brought like 20 of them to Goodwill with a bunch of other stuff. They're like, no, we can't take these things. Sorry. I was like, all right, And I ended up like I had like a bunch of just old random video game stuff that some of it didn't work and all that. I found somebody on Craigslist for like $300 just to take it all. But long story short, I left. The whole Minnesota thing, from like selling everything, getting out of the lease and everything. I think that was about a 2 month transition of just doing everything. And while I was doing this 2 month transition, I started to eat better. I stopped eating as much fast food. I started, drinking a little bit less, and like I started working out. And then I ended up like shaving off all my head because I was receding hairline. I like shaved off my head, and it like grew a new person. But one of I'm going to back up a little bit. One of the really big things that actually helped me is a buddy of mine, Janaid, that I met at the Tony Robbins event. And this is part of the puzzle here that helped me level up and grow, is that had I not gone to those Tony Robbins events, I never would have met. Funny thing is I met him at the first Tony Robbins event that I went to in San Jose. Had I not gone to that event, I never would have met him. But having to meet him, it allowed me to we chatted here and there, and we talked on the phone, and he actually recommended a book to me that actually saved my life, I think. And he recommended a book to me called Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It by Kamal Ravikant. I think that's how you say it. I'm really bad at saying his name. It's a really short book. The audiobook is like an hour and 20 minutes long. And I read that book, listened to that book. I listened to that book, I kid you not. I was listening to it like 2 and 3, 4 times a day. Like I just had it on repeat while I'm like packing stuff up, while I'm packing up boxes for Goodwill, while I'm doing this and all, getting everything ready to get rid of all the house and, all that good stuff. I'm listening to this book just nonstop every day while I'm working out in my kitchen. While I'm cooking, I'm just doing everything and getting everything. And over that 2 months, I was able to get rid of all this stuff. I got rid of everything, moved to Jersey, and everything, ended up working out really good. I got really lucky and found an amazing place to live. And while all this happened, I was continuing the growth with the coach, reading different audiobooks, going to self-development things, getting better friends, finding a better circle of friends, and doing all these things over that few month period that allowed me to grow and come out of that much better, happier person. And now I can rewind back to 2018 when I first went to that Tony Robbins event. It's like, how the heck are these people so happy? Now I finally get it. It now today I could say that finally makes sense, because I had to go through all that. I had to go through all these hard things, and I had to learn and grow. And one of the things my mentor said to me, my coach, while I was going through this, while I was back in Minnesota, he was like, these next few months, they're going to be some of the most challenging months your life, things you're going to deal with, because you're forcing yourself to deal with your problems. I spent so many years on the road traveling, doing RA, shopping, and running from my problems, because I would be in a different city, different state every other day, just continually sourcing, seeing friends, and just like moving. I continually was on the go, so it allowed me to put all that stuff in the back of my head and not deal with it as much. And one of the most important things my mentor said to me is like, you're gonna need to lean into pain. He's like, pain needs to be your pal. He was like, you need to come out on the other side. you know. And he was like, you're gonna get cut up, you're gonna have pain, you're gonna hurt. And he was like, when you come out the other side, those battle scars are gonna look sexy as fuck, is what he said basically. And I came out on the other side, and it. I'm grateful now that I went through that. Going through it, I would never want to go through that. But now that I did that and I learned and I healed from all that, it's like now I can share this with other people. And I can say like, hey, I did not, like I said, everything I did may not be the correct thing for the next guy. But like I at least can share that and say like, hey, I did it. Like maybe I can, share some of my things with you that may help you, move forward and be able to do that. So whew, man, that was a little long there. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me scroll back up here. We're missing some of the message. I'm scrolling back up, but I thank you guys for chilling and listening. I'm gonna scroll back up here. Let's see. Wow, I'm really, really back. Let's see here, Garrison. Any more bed bug stories? Oh man, I got lots of bed bug stories, but we'll save them for another life since I just went on a little tangent there. Have you ever been to hotels? Oh man, Brian, yeah, I've been to some interesting hotels, but yeah, next time I do a live, we'll jump into some of the we can we'll jump into hotel stories, bed bug stories, and that'll give me a day to kind of brainstorm and kind of because like I've had a lot of crazy things happen at hotels and all this stuff. It's like when someone asks a question, like sometimes I may not be able to think of it, so like I want to try to like because I'll think of it later or something like that. So I'll try to like see what I can think of. See, getting Popeye vibes with the orange walls. Seriously, bro. Yeah, definitely. It just needs some spinach. Cody, bro's still live. Yes, sir. I'm still live and I feel alive. Let's go. Garrison, so you going live every night now? Any YouTube goals? I did skip one day the other day because one day I had worked for like freaking like 9 hours straight shipping stuff. And then I had to drive to a friend's house, and like it was just a lot. And by the time I had settled down, I was just like completely beat. So I think I went live like I think this is day 5 or 6 going live out of like I missed one day, but I'm gonna keep trying to do this daily, definitely. Garrison, how do you become happy? Well, hopefully my little tangent kind of helped answer that question. Mr. Hey, Caesar, what's up, brother? How you doing, homie? You sleeping with the fishes, bro? You get your cable turned back on? Pablo, damn, Jamison, you've helped so many people by opening up those dark times. Thank you, man. True inspiration. You're important, needed in the community. Thank you, man. Hey, Pablo, man, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for the love. I appreciate that. And honestly, thank you for listening to me rebel. I pray. I mean, I hope that this is some of this is beneficial to y'all, and you can help relate, and if you relate to it, and hopefully it can inspire you to grow and kind of move on, get out of any dark thing you're going through. Let me get a little screenshot. Smile, everybody. Oh my gosh, that was really blurry. All right, let's try that again. All right, that one's better. Awesome, appreciate that. Yes, yes, yes. Goodwill being picky with them donations. Seriously, man. I know, bro. That's still so funny. Like I literally brought all those Wii Fit boards to Goodwill, thinking they would take them. They're like, nope, you're bringing them back home. And it sucks because like one or two Wii Fit boards is not heavy, but you got a stack of. I mean, obviously I can't hold a stack of 20, but you got multiple stacks of them. Like they carry some weight then. Um, wow, John Cleater, your head is so shiny. I can see my future in it. Oh, well, at least I know it's going to be a bright future. Let's see. Jerry, realist one out there. Hey, brother, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Man, if you guys haven't, the new people that just hopped in the live, I appreciate it so much. If you guys can go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you're already subscribed, I would appreciate that if you hit the notification bell to let you know every time I go live or post something on YouTube. Wow, we've been running 100 minutes deep. This is great. I did not even plan on going on live today this long. I was just like, oh, I'm exhausted. I'm beat. I don't even want to I didn't even want to do one, honestly, because I was just like, I'm tired. It was a long day. And that bee in my dream had me running all day scared. So I wasn't even going to do it. I was just going to TikTok. But not post TikToks, watch TikToks. But I'm glad I hopped on. This is super awesome. Anybody else have any other questions? Reselling related, self-development related, anything, whatever. I love just chatting, hanging out with you guys. This is a blast every time. Wait, I blinked. Take another photo. Garrison, it's bad when the Goodwill does not want it. Yes, dude. The funny thing is when I left New Jersey in 2021 to move to Nevada. I actually went to frickin' Goodwill. I went to 2 or 3 of them, and I donated a bunch of like some damaged box toys. They were new, that were like Amazon returns or removal orders. There were toys that I couldn't resend back into Amazon, or they had no value on Amazon, or they had no value on eBay. Like the value was so low, like after shipping and fees, you wouldn't make anything. So I'm like, I'm just gonna donate these things. So I had like 5 or 6 boxes of brand new toys, damaged boxes, maybe a little tear here and there, but the toy itself was still a good toy, but it was all stuff it wasn't worth selling on eBay after fees and shipping. I brought these things to Goodwill. They wouldn't even take them. I left, went to another Goodwill. They're like, sorry, we can't take these. They're brand new toys with most of them have very light shelf wear on them. And then went to another one. I'm like, what the heck? How is nobody taking nothing wrong with them? It's not like they got bed bugs, So ended up, gosh, what did I think gave them away to somebody or something like that, and was just didn't know what else to do. But yeah, Goodwill wouldn't take them. So after that, I haven't donated anything to Goodwill since then. I was honestly a little salty after that. I'm just like, what the heck? This stuff is perfectly good and it's fine, and you wouldn't take it. All right, then I'm just not gonna drop anything off anymore. What the heck? And it's the silly thing is that I wasted 2 hours of my time driving to Goodwill's trying to find someone to talk to drop it off. I went to one Goodwill, the donation door was locked, and I'm calling the store, nobody's answering. I had to go, it was so I spent over 2 hours, going to these Goodwills trying. So I was annoyed that day, having to go through all that to give away free stuff, so yeah, I was a little salty after that towards Goodwill from that. Let's see here. Yes, sir. Flex. Bill, good to see you on YouTube. Used to watch you in Periscope all the time. Hope all is well. Hey, man, I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. Thank you for popping in, brother. Hope you're doing good too, man. Jerry, I've been throwing boxes of returns lately. Man, it's crazy. I mean, I've kind of thought about maybe doing a grill, doing one this summer, and just, get it liquidating bad in for whatever I can get for it, whether it's $1 or $2 for items here. So it's if you can't get it back, maybe recoup a little bit. We'll see for sure. My head is really. So, yeah, man, wow, I'm going an hour and 4 minutes, 17 people live hanging out. If you guys can go ahead and do me a favor, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and smash that notification bell so next time I go live. See what you say. You hit up garage sales on the weekends or just RAOA? I do garage sales once in a while. I kind of just like if I'm driving by in my neighborhood or if I'm out traveling and if I see one, I'll pull over. Just I still love garage sales for the whole nostalgia reason, just because that's how I started. And sometimes I'll go to garage sales to see if I can find stuff for myself. And like see if I can find stuff to flip on eBay. I don't really sell garage sale stuff on Amazon anymore, just because unfortunately we lack having a legitimate receipt and stuff like that. So I kind of don't do that on Amazon. But I will still, go out. I would say probably in 2022, I probably went to maybe, I don't know, 40, 50 garage sales last year total, maybe, give or take a few. And didn't have very much success, honestly. I probably spent under $50 total, um, maybe $100, like nothing crazy. Garage sales aren't what they used to be, or I just suck at finding inventory. I don't know, um, but I'll still go from time to time if I can find something to flip on eBay. I'll definitely buy it. Bug over here. It's like freaking bee is back. The bee for my dream. But yeah, I'm mostly RA, OA, and some wholesale too. I do a mixture of all three. Depending if I'm traveling the country or not, I do more RA when I'm doing that. When I'm home, a little more OA. When I'm home, a little more wholesale. Garrison, does Amazon still have those Amazon Prime badges for some FBM sellers? What is that called? Is that seller fulfill Prime? I think that's what they call it. I think it's like I mean, I don't know much about it, so it's very little minimal info that I have or know about it. I think it's like that program where like you're shipping so fast, merchant fulfilled, they'll give you that the Amazon Prime badge, but like they hold you to really high shipping standards. I know friends that have had it, and they've had trouble keeping it because like just you can't sometimes control it. It's like you have to ship within one day, and like the shipping's got to be certain shit like shipping and stuff like that. So I don't know if they still do that, honestly. If they do, I don't ever really hear many people bring it up, like not like they used to. Oh my gosh, it's still stuffy as crap over back here. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I got going on today. It's gonna be a chill night, relaxing in my room, doing the thing, and then get back on the road tomorrow. Probably get a few hours of driving in, hit some stores, and yeah, that's it. Life is good. Love traveling on the road. Love driving. Love being on the car. When I'm driving and stuff, I'm listening to audiobooks half the time. Listen to music. Listen to my audio Bible. I'm listening to the YouTube Formula, which is an audiobook where they talk. These YouTube creators made this book, and I'm going through that and stuff, and it's been a pretty good book, for sure, definitely. Let's see, Bubba. Newshound. Yeah, I thought it was Periscope introduced you to us. You thrift school bling no resale rabbit. Yes, that it was Periscope. Yes, man. Yeah. Those were some fun times for sure. Definitely fun times. Doing the Periscope videos. Those were a blast back in the day. Garrison, thank you for your knowledge. Of course, you're welcome, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you for being you, dude. Much love, my brother. Appreciate you. Bubba, thanks, man. Great session. Much appreciated. Of course, brother. Thank you. Yeah, I should probably jump off here. We've been going 108 minutes strong. And I'm going to go sit by the AC because I'm stuffy as a mofo. So, yeah, I'm going to get rolling. Thanks again, guys, for hanging out with me for this long. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the engagement, asking questions and stuff. Feel free to add me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram if you're not already. Feel free to hit me up if you have any questions on Instagram or Facebook. And then if you do, happen to hit me up and have any questions on Instagram or Facebook, if your name is different than your YouTube name, just remind me like, hey, I'm blah, blah, blah from things. That way I remember who you were or whatever. Because like, it's funny how like some people will have like a different random handle for their Instagram name, a different one for their YouTube, and then their real name for their Facebook. And it's like, there's been times I'm talking to somebody on YouTube or Instagram, and it's like, I think they're different people and it ends up being the same person because I didn't know what their names were. So for sure. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, follow me on Instagram. Follow along for my stories. I'm posting content daily on Instagram. I'm posting stories on Instagram. I got some funny stories on my Instagram right now. Went to lunch with some reseller friends today, and we played credit card roulette. If you go check out my story, you'll see who had to pay for lunch today. You'll see who lost. Um, but yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate the love, guys. I'm gonna get rolling here, and I will be back tomorrow. Also, too, if anybody has any questions they want to ask that I can answer tomorrow, feel free to hit me up. Happy to help you in any way that I can. Happy to help you level up in any way possible. Looking forward to sharing more knowledge and helping you guys in any way I can, and looking forward to learning from you guys too as we all grow in life and keep moving forward. Thanks, Pippin. Have a good one. Awesome, Pablo. Appreciate you, brother. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get rolling because if I keep going, I'm gonna keep going. So I'm gonna get going. I love you guys. Appreciate the love. Thank you for logging on. Have a good night. Bye.